I'll give you a simple scenario. You're in an argument with a stranger. How do you know that that guy isn't a trained fighter? Keep watching and I'll give you 3 signs that you should look out for. The first sign, behavior, how they behave. And this is everything from how calm they are, how they stand, where they put their hands, whether they target scan. All of these things are relevant. The main thing to look out for is stance and position. Does the guy stand off to your side? Does he have his hands down? Does he have his hands up? Is he relaxed in his posture? Is he smiling even? These are all behaviors that give you some idea whether the person's confident, but potentially trained as well. People will target scan before they strike. They'll look at your nose, they'll look at your jaw, they'll look at your belly. What they're doing is they're lining up their shot. A well-trained fighter doesn't need to target scan. They know exactly where your jaw is, your nose is, or your throat is. If he's got his hands down, he's rarely target scanning. He's already lined you up for that shot. And worse yet, if he's standing in a stance with his hands down, within striking range, there is a good chance that he's going to throw that strike. Now you could say trained fighter will have his hands up all the time. He knows what he's doing. But I'd put my money on it that a well-trained, confident fighter would not only invade your personal space, but will be comfortable intimidating you with their body language. Threat is going to ooze from them. Number 2, movement indicators. Now, guys that can fight well tend not to be flat-footed. They have a sense of agility and movement and timing. And this is why the second thing to look out for would be movement indicators. How the person moves. How many clumsy fighters do you ever see? It's quite rare, isn't it? You don't see people generally tripping over their feet when they go to throw a punch. That's not a well-trained fighter. In fact, that's not even a fighter. Actually, I don't know what you'd call that. The point being is that someone that can fight will be well coordinated. They'll move through the environment in a very easy flow. They won't be clunky. Yes, you can say that they'll have a confident swagger, but that's not what I'm really talking about. There's something about their sense of coordination when they move, when they walk. It's very smooth. A trained fighter will always rely on timing. Speed's important, but timing is a completely different issue. And guys that don't load up on punches, that time their movements, time their strikes, you got to be careful with the guy that has his hands down that's in striking range. Because a well-trained fighter won't give a shoulder indication that he's going to strike. The hands will travel quite quickly. He may even be more deceptive. Well, these guys are just going to move differently. They're not going to have that nervous bouncing around. In fact, you'll probably find that these guys are going to be a lot calmer. So the third sign, physical signs. Anyone who's ever worked out or been around trained fighters will know these signs well. Cauliflower ears, broken nose, scuffed knuckles tend to give it away, right? But what's more relevant is a lopsided posture. And I'm not talking about that guy that walks in a tilt. Now, if you look at your typical orthodox boxer, someone that stands in an orthodox stance, you'll notice that one side, typically the right side, the trapeze in itself tends to be a little bit bigger. The right shoulder often tends to be slightly higher. It's a subtle variation, but if you look at a lot of fighters, you'll see it because all of the striking, especially the heavy striking, tends to come off one side of the body. So sometimes it gives you a little bit of an imbalance. So if the guy's got a tight tap-out t-shirt on, tap-out t-shirt gives it away, by the way, you might actually get to see the imbalance on the shoulder. Having said that, he might think you're checking him out. Short hair is another indicator. Now, I'm not saying this is an absolute fact. Guys with long hair can be trained fighters, but the majority of fighters actually have short hair. Long hair has its disadvantages when you're fighting. Not only can people pull it, but it simply gets in the way. And this is often why trained fighters have no hair. Now, when you're looking at these physical indicators, you can't just take one factor. You actually take a cluster of them together to give you some sort of assessment of what's going on. So if the guy's got callous knuckles, broken nose, cauliflower ears, stocky neck, slightly lopsided shoulder, and short hair, although it's stereotypical, it could be a high indicator that the guy knows how to fight. Visual appearance in itself isn't a high indicator that the guy can fight. Even if you've got a high cluster analysis of all of these factors coinciding with each other, the fact is that these observations on their own aren't a reliable indicator to tell you whether this guy is a trained fighter. Now, to understand these signs, you have to look at them as a cluster of behavior, not individual factors. The more of these indicators that pop up together, the higher the likelihood that that person can fight. So what's the takeaway? Well, if you want to spot signs that someone can fight, there's a number of factors that you have to take into account. It's not simply what they look like, it's how they move and also how they behave. And all of these ideas put together gives you some indication and some understanding whether this guy can fight or not fight. Of course, there's the obvious physical signs that the guy can fight. Conditioned hands, toughened face, scars around his eyes. All of these observations give you a physical telltale sign, but it doesn't necessarily tell you whether the guy can fight. So for me, if I want to know whether the guy can fight, it's basically down to their movement. Because you can see how people move. If someone's very clunky and flat-footed, very stiff in their movement, you can generally tell that they can't fight. Of course, they're dangerous. Everybody's got a puncher's chance of knocking you out, and that's a fact. And then there's the caveat, how they behave. Are they confident enough to stand in front of you and face off for a fight? Are they emotional or unemotional? These are all factors that you should take into consideration. How emotional is this person in front of you? If the bad guy is very calm, then he's a danger to you. And yes, someone can go off in a rage and be a handful, but the guy that actually is confident and can fight, he's the quiet one and the one to watch out for. Little dogs have loud barks, but it's a dog that looks at you and then bites you without indication is a danger. Thanks for watching.